In our previous video, we learned about bonds, and specifically we learned about discount bonds. In that scenario, the interest rate offered by the issuer, the ABC company, was lower than the market rate, which was this 4.5%, and that is why when the interest rates are higher, the present value goes down, so that bond had to be sold at a discount. In another scenario, when the interest rates, the market interest rates are actually lower, so let's say similar bonds, similar risk, and the prevailing market rate for these bonds is 3.5%. In that case, now the company has the upper hand. So ABC company in this case is going to discount the cash flows that it is going to be paying, which is the $20,000 every 6 months, plus the $1 million that it has to pay at the end of the bond term, using this rate, the lower rate, the market rate. And when it does that, we know when the rates go down, the present values increase. So this bond, which is the $1 billion bond, which is a combination of these smaller $1 million payments, each one of this person would have to pay more than $1 million. So let's say this comes out to be $1,010,000. So bond's face value, original value, was $1 million, but now if an investor wants to buy this bond that is going to be paying $20,000 every single month, they have to invest more because lower interest rates, higher present values. So they will have to invest more, in that case, pay a premium to buy this bond. So these are called the premium bonds. Now let's do an example of a discount bond first and then a premium bond, and what do we need to do accounting wise. Draw a line here. So let's say a company wants to issue a $100,000 bond, and the interest rate the company that wants to issue, which is also called a coupon rate, is 6%, and the coupon rate is 4%, and market rate is 6%, and it's a 2-year bond. Term of the bond is 2 years. Normally the bonds are longer term than that, but we've just to keep it simple. So then the first thing that you should do is, because the bonds pay interest semi-annually and this bond is also going to pay interest semi-annually, just divide both of these interest rates by 2. So 4% divided by 2 is equal to 2%. And then this will be 6% divided by 2 equal to 3%. So going forward, forget about these rates. Just use these 2 rates in your calculations. So the first thing that we need to come up with is the present value of this bond. Now you can do this in your Excel in calculator. So you'll put future value as 100K. You'll put interest rate. You will use the market rate, which is 3%. N would denote the number of payments. So it's a 2-year bond, and then you pay semi-annually. So that means you will make 4 payments. And then the interest payment will be the face value times the coupon rate. So future value is 100 times the coupon rate. Again, I said forget about these rates now, use these ones. So the coupon rate is 2%. This will come out to be $2,000. And then your present value will be equal to 96,282.90. So if we look above, we see the bond is being issued at 100K, and its coupon rate, the rate that the issuer is issuing the bond at, is lower than the market rate. So if we go up above here, so when the interest rates of the market, which in our case is 6%, is higher than the coupon rate, which was 4%, the present value will be lower. That means the bond will be sold at a discount, which is the case here. We see the bond is being sold at less than 100K. Now the next thing we need to do is make an amortization schedule, bond amortization schedule. One thing we would also assume is that the bond is being issued at the date of issue is February 1st, 2024. So then you need to create one column for date, another column for interest payment, next column for interest expense, the next column for difference, and then last column for carrying value. Draw a line here. So then the first date that you would input is the date of issue. So that is February 1st, 24. We just issued the bond. We don't need to make any payment, no interest expense, no difference. And the carrying value. So the carrying value will be this present value, not this future value. So we'll put this here, 96,282.90. And feel free to round off. You don't need to be exact. So this bond pays interest semi-annually. So the first payment will be 6 months from February 1st, which comes out to be August 1st, 24, because February full month, March, April, May, June, and July full month. So it's 6 months after. So the next first date is August 1st. So on August 1st, the interest payment will be, so remember this, interest payment is always going to be face value, which is this amount, times the coupon rate, which is this one, coupon rate 2%. Remember, don't use this rate. Use this rate, 2%, the half of the original rate, because it is semi-annual payments. So this one. %. So I am just going to erase this now. Maybe I should write it over here. Face value into 2%. 2% is the coupon rate. This will come out to be $2,000. Interest expense is the carrying value, the existing carrying value, times, so this existing carrying value times the market rate. So existing carrying value is 96,282.90, and then you multiply it by this market rate, 3%. When you do that, this should come out to be 288.49. And then this difference column will be interest expense minus the interest payment. So this will be 888.49. You can also do it like this. If you call this column A, column B, this will be B minus A. And then you add this difference to this carrying value. So this difference gets added to this previous carrying value. So this will be 97,171.39. And then the next payment will be 6 months after August 1st, which will be on February 1st, 2025. So your interest payment will always stay constant because your face value, which is 100K, and the coupon rate, which is 2%, is never going to change. So this will always be same, 2,000. This amount will change, and it will change because it depends upon your market rate and your carrying value. Your market rate stays the constant, which is 3%, but your carrying value, you see it changes. For the previous payment, the carrying value was 96,282.90, this one. In this case, on the February 1st payment, the carrying value is going to be now this one. So when you multiply this amount by 3%, we will get 2915.14, and then the difference of B minus A will be 915.14, and then again this difference gets added to this carrying value, and this comes out to be 98,086.53. And then you continue on to August 1st, 25. This will be 2,000. This will be 2942.60. The difference will be 942.60. And then this will get added to this carrying value. This will become 99029.13. And then we have the last payment on February 1st, 26. Again, 2,000. And we have 2970.87. Again, this number was this carrying value times 3%. I got this number. And then the difference is 970.87. If you add this amount to this previous carrying value, this should become 100K. So this is how you do a amortization schedule for a discounted bond. Now let's do this same example, but we will switch up the rates so that we can do one for the premium bond. So again, the future value is 100,000. The market rate is now 4%, and coupon rate is 6%. In our previous example, the market rate was 6%, but now coupon rate is 6%, and then the market rate was here 6%, but now it is 4%. So then again, like I said, the first step is to divide this rate into half. So 4% divided by 2, this becomes 2%. 6% divided by 2 becomes 3%. And then the number of payments is 4. Yes. And then the payment amount again is coupon rate times the future value. Here the coupon rate is 3%. So 3% times the face value. This comes out to be $3,000, and present value will be equal to 103,807.73. So we can see now that the market rate is lower than the coupon rate, and we know when the market rate is lower, the present value increases. So that is why this bond will be sold at a premium. And then we will do the same amortization schedule. So date column, interest payment column, interest expense column, difference column, and then carrying value. Let's just extend these a bit more. So again, the bond is issued on February 1st, 24. Nothing here, nothing here. The carrying value will be 103,807.73. Again, you do not have to be exact, you can round it off. And then August 1st, 24, first payment. Again, the interest payment will be this one, coupon rate times future value. This does not change, so it will always be 3,000. Interest expense will be this carrying value times the market rate, which is here 2%. So this will come out to be 2076.15. Then the difference, again, this is column A, this is column B. The difference is always B minus A. So this will be negative 923.85. And then similar to the discount bond, this number gets added to this number. Because this is a negative number, we're adding it to a positive number. So that means this number will decrease. So we will get 102.5 102, sorry, 883.88. Next payment will be on February 1st, 25. This again, 3,000, like I said, never changes. Interest expense, now this carrying value, again, times the market rate, which is this one, 2%. So this will come out to be $2,057.68. Again, B minus A will be 942.32. Again, this number will get added to this number now, and this will become 101941.56. Then we have August 1st, 25. Again, interest payment 3,000. Interest expense will be, again, now this carrying value times the market rate, which was 2%. So this should come out to be 2038.83. And you will get, the difference will be 961.17, and again, negative number added to a positive number. This will come out to be this. And the last payment be on February 1st, 26. This will be 3,000. Now this will be this carrying value times, keep forgetting, 2%. This should be 2019.61. This will be negative 980.39. Add this to this number. So this should be 100K. So this is how you do the amortization schedule for the premium bond. This video is getting longer, so the next video we will learn how to do the journal entries when it comes to the premium bond and the discount bond. So stay tuned.